Hello and welcome back. I'm Nicole, a cottage witch, and I don't know about you, but I found the last couple of weeks in world news extraordinarily stressful, and I'm not even one of the parties involved. So today, I'm not going to get into that because I get into that on Instagram if you're interested. But for today, I thought I'd do not quite a response to a couple of other tags, but a variation on a theme here. So I know Maureen at the Waves of Your Soul has done the Good Mood decks, yeah. And somebody else, I can't remember who, did something to do with cozy decks. And so today what I'm going to do is sort of a riff on those two tags with decks or a couple other things that lower my blood pressure because it's gotten too high. For a start, well, first of all, I've been listening to Britney Spears all day for old time's sake, because, you know, it's fun. And I've got this little guy on my desk, because for no particular reason other than he's cute. He's like a dragon unicorn thing. I don't know. It's cute. So he's hanging out here. And I've got one of these. Actually, I'm not sure what this type of rock is. I think it's some kind of jasper, but it's one of those worry stones where you can just, it's like thumb shaped but also palm shaped. It's very handy. I like this one. I've got about, whoops, as I drop it, I've got about 4 of these, and they get considerable amounts of use ordinarily, more than usual this week. And then so for decks, this will probably be pretty quick because I've just picked out a few to spend a quick moment just looking at and appreciating and lowering my blood pressure. So first up is the Gentle Tarot, which I've got in order because I'm using it. Oops, it's 6. I think it's the 6 of Stones day today. 6 of Pentacles for the drop 'em 38. No, drop 'em 78. 38. Jeez. So I'm not going to get it all out of order, but it's beautiful and it's a very nice sensory experience to use it. It's very smooth. It's like buttery. I don't know. Anyway, I enjoy it, and I just find the images very soothing and calming, sort of like being out in nature. You know, when you're surrounded by the woods or something, and it's just when you feel like you're breathing in trees instead of exhaust. You know, you can release your shoulders, release your jaw, and just sort of breathe again. And so that's how this deck makes me feel. So that's my first choice. I mean, it's my first choice for most everything because I adore it. The other two that I've got out at the moment, that I've had out all fall, are Oak, Ash, and Thorn and the Thistledown. Cooperating, and these are also really lovely. Really lovely to use. It's such a cozy, so this would, if I was going to do a cozy decks tag, this would definitely fit into that. You could curl up in this deck. So even the darker, sort of rainier, not so cheerful scenes are, I don't know, somehow comforting in the way that, you know, reading an old children's storybook is kind of comforting. Just so sweet. Okay, that's not so sweet. But that is adorable. Ridiculous. Ridiculously cute. And I just find this very calming and relaxing. So I've had them out for fall because, you know, they're just sort of that for me. But also, that's beautiful. The bees are starting to curl up, I think, for the winter now. There's not so many of them out there. Yeah, not really sure I have anything to say about these two that hasn't been said before. They're just so calming. Memory. Oh, that's interesting. I haven't spent a ton of time with this one yet, so should maybe do that at some point, but you know, there's a constant hours in a day problem. Oh, that's adorable. That is the cutest little wolf I've ever seen. I love this card with the, is that a crow? I think that's a crow. And the books. Super cute. Honestly, it's just, his artwork is like absurdly cute. Just outrageously cute. So anyway, there's that. And then another one that I've got recently is this Earth Blessings Oracle. And I find this calming, kind of in a related way to the Gentle Tarot, in that it's got a keyword and then a sort of blessing from the earth on each of the cards. So this one says, "May nature be the balm," which is the card I've had out all week, because even though it's winter, it can still do that, and I've still needed that this week. May you wake up to the beauty. May you see the opportunities. May your heart guide you. May you recover and rise again. That's gorgeous. Look at that. I love storms. Thunderstorms are my favorite. Not like hurricane or tornado storms, but like thunderstorms. As long as they don't actually hurt people. But they can. I mean, they're powerful things. Nature is extremely powerful. May your inner child come out to play. I've been trying to do a bit more of that lately. May you see the magic in small things, with a little acorn. And there is magic everywhere, and I find that very reassuring. May you accept what comes. May you bathe in light, with close up on a leaf. I like that one. May you bless the turning of the leaves. I do love this season that we're in right now. May you shine brightly. So this, I feel like, is a very grounding deck, which makes sense. It's an very earthy deck. And I find when I'm getting too lightheaded or disassociating or just getting too floaty feeling, this is a good one. To just reconnect to the earth, even if I'm in my apartment. I mean, I do have a lot of the earth in my apartment with different plants and rocks and twigs and all sorts. But may what is hidden come to light. Ooh, that's pretty. So yeah, I found this one to be quite helpful this week. Really been enjoying that. All right, next up is a French oracle called Oracle de la femme. I'm not going to be able to pronounce this word properly. Guérisseuse. Guérisseuse. Apologies to French people everywhere. That has an R plus too many vowels. It's, you know, a recipe for failure in my French learning journey. But it's the oracle of the healing woman, I believe, is how you could translate that. And I don't know if I'm not an artist or art historian, but it looks, if it's not watercolory, it's something sort of adjacent to that, where it's, like, I can't tell if it's made on a computer or actually made with, like, those watercolored color pencils. Sorry, I realized I was holding it up to my face and not to the camera, which is helpful for me, but not really helpful for anybody else. And so it's got the key phrases in French, but they're lovely. Reconcile yourself with the nectar of your femininity. Express your feelings. Persevere towards your true love. I can't remember that word. Something about the light, though. I'd have to look that one up. Protect your spirit from the dementedness is the word that's coming to mind, of the world, but I'm sure there's a better translation for that. Regenerate your interior self, something like that. I'm not a translator, and my French is very mediocre. Extremely mediocre. Like, I could probably survive in France, but that's about it. Like, I would survive. I would not thrive for a while there. So usually I use Google to, not wild about the headdress, but I didn't realize that was in it, because that's something that has to be earned. Anyway, traverse the dark until you get to the sacred light, something along those lines. Allow yourself to forgive. Some of the images, like this one's not my favorite because it's a little too religious for me, personally. Union is strength. I like this one though, but they're just very, I don't know, they are healing sort of, somehow. They're very earthy as well. That seems to be a consistency in all of these. And I haven't had this one very long, so I haven't used it a ton, but I've had it out these last few weeks, and it's not a very fall themed, but it's very gentle and sort of soothing. And I love the artwork in it. I just think the color choices are beautiful, so yeah, that's the Oracle of the Healing Woman. Or this word in French, which I won't try to pronounce again at the moment. I'll try and get Google Translate to teach me how to say that properly later, and then I'll practice it. But honestly, too many vowels plus an R. It's not a good combination for me. And my last one for today of decks that lower my blood pressure is the Cantigee Oracle. Whoops. With its brilliant guidebook and absolutely stunning art by Laura Suspan. I mean, look at that. That's amazing. The setting sun sings the song of the unmaking. Sorry. A swan in a crowd of crows. Ouch, a thorn in the paw. The infinite web. There is something obviously very earthy about this deck. In the Garden of Lost Teeth. That's an odd one. And I haven't used it a lot in the same way that I've used other decks because I find it hard to use being so big and round. But I have occasionally pulled one out just to have as like a focal point for the day or the week or what have you. Because, okay, that may not be the most relaxing image to look at, but a lot of them, I just look at them and feel like I can take a breath again. A fork in the river. That's beautiful. Yeah, I love the artwork in this one. It might convince me to get the other deck by this artist that's kicking around out there that I've gone and forgotten the name of. But I've got it written down somewhere. You don't know where you are, but you are free. The self-tending fire. The juniper caduceus. Interesting. And I think I'll end here on the Living Mountain. That's beautiful. I do live within a couple hours drive of the mountains, so that's lovely. Anyway, that's all I've got for today. Just a quick decks to lower my blood pressure video today in the spirit of Marine's Feel Good decks and whoever started the Cozy decks hashtag, which if I can find out, I'll link it below. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.